Hello, welcome to Yasmin's Light Studio. All right, we have a Libra new moon solar eclipse in the south node in the next day or so. And the energy here is one of a beautiful creation, intention, but connecting to maybe a skill or a lesson or wisdom that you've gained from the past. Now, it could be the past in this lifetime, or it could be the past from other lifetimes. So there's this harmonious balancing that's happening at the moment. So some information or some a perception or a perspective that you've worked with from the past is coming through now to help you understand a little bit more about who you are and where you're going, and using those skills from the past to assist you, because there's a beautiful potential at the moment. Now, that's not really a word that I would actually embrace, potential, but ultimately it's an open door, and you get to step through it if you choose to. But what also is happening at this particular point in time is that Pluto that is in the sign of Capricorn. Now, I'm not an astrologer, I'm just going to state that. However, what I understand about Pluto, it's quite a heavy planet. It's one of the outer planets, and it does this slow moving transition, and it's been in the sign of Capricorn since 2006, I believe. And so the lessons that you've been accumulating over the last 18 or so years, 20 years or so, are coming to a head at the moment. So you are clearing out a lot of this old energy, which could be things that you've learned from the past in this South Node energy. But all of the good stuff that you've from the learnings, the wisdom that you've gained from the learnings that you've been through, is here to assist. So at the moment, though, it might feel really heavy, and there might be this real resistance to change because of the patternings that you've been through from the past 20 or so years in this particular lifetime. Now, the good thing is that this moves out and into Aquarius next month, so in probably about 6 weeks' time. But this energy, the Capricorn Pluto energy, it literally is coming to the surface for you. So there is going to be some discomfort at this particular time. And to add to that, the planet Mars has just moved into the sign of Cancer. Now, Capricorn is an earth sign, so it can be quite solid and stodgy at times, like dragging its feet. So that's the challenge at this particular time, to clear out or make peace with the lessons, the heavy karmic lessons, which is usually around the masculine energy or the patriarchal energy or father stuff from the past 20 years. But Mars, which is also another masculine energy, usually connected with the sign of Aries, and it's like action and the warrior, going in for the fight, the focus, the competition, the willpower, this forceful energy is moving into a water sign, Cancer, which is very nurturing, very sensitive, and usually connected with the moon, very caring. But imagine the crab, it has a sort of an armor, but it's relatively soft, it's not too hard, can also fight, but likes to sidestep around things, so it doesn't always bring the truth to the surface, we'll dance around it a little bit. So this Mars in Cancer energy is also connected with the feminine and the mother, because Cancer, moon, mother energy. So we've got this dance that's happening through this month of October in particular, because it's culminating and then beginning. So there's this transition or this transfer energy of the father and the mother within ourselves, or our relationships to the father and the mother, which is kind of doing this little dance. Now, Libra wants to be harmonious. Libra wants this relationship to be just and fair and balanced and very diplomatic. And that's why we're in October and into, or the end of September and into October. That's what this Libra energy is helping us to do, is find the balance here, is find the honesty, is find the truth. But we're still moving through the past, or tying up those loose ends. So we may slip back into some old communication habits, or habits which we have done for the last 20 years or so, just purely because there was safety in it. But it's time to step out of our comfort zone, and that's what Mars in Cancer is. It's stepping out of our comfort zone and getting more emotional, but also more transparent around our feelings and not being so hostile about them. Standing in the power of our own sensitivities and speaking our truth when we do so. So there's quite a lot going on around this new moon in Libra, and we've also in a Libra sun. But let's pick some cards. Let's tune in. We're calling in the Holy Spirit. I've done a meditation prior to this. Remember, this is general, so it may or may not resonate. If it does, that is great, and thanks for being here. Please like, share, subscribe to help grow the channel. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. Thanks for showing up. All right, so we're asking for some more information. Oh, there we go. So straight away, Pisces, the energy of Pisces, which I find really interesting from, like I said, the Libra, the dance that's happening with the masculine and feminine. There's two fish here, and Pisces do this. One fish swims one way, one fish swims the other way. So that is kind of what is happening here, but from a sensitive perspective. The rawness of both our wanting to strive and move forward, but also our receptive, let's be open and let's go with the flow. Those two energies, the feminine and the masculine, your divine consciousness within you, are doing this little dance at the moment, and it's quite sensitive. And both you may be feeling in a highly your nervous system may be in high alert, because your sensitivities are more noticeable at this particular time. Not just your feelings, but your environment, what's happening around you. So you're sort of more attuned to it, not necessarily tuned in, but attuned to the disharmony that's happening. Yes. Okay, so Pisces. Oh, here's the Pluto card. That Pluto card's come out as rebirth. So this is an opportunity now to make peace with all of that, and to transmute it, but that's not the word. The word is to integrate that into the next part of your journey, which is the Pluto into Aquarius energy. So wherever there is a death of something, there is also a rebirth of something else, and that's what's happening here. Possibly in your resources, possibly in the way you connect with money, the way you work with money, the way you connect with people, what's happening around you, how you grow your food, how you tend to you know, you're starting to work more with your garden and connecting with growing your own things or preserving foods and things like that. Maybe there's this new self-care that's coming in for you, a new awareness of how to be more self-sufficient in a way. There may be a windfall or an increase of money, but stay focused on caring for the self at this particular time, which is that Cancer energy. And then we have moon, perception. Oh, how's that? Perfect. I couldn't have planned it. Because we are in a dark moon, the new moon phase. And it does bring a lot of magic and manifesting energy with it. So this is a perfect time for you to create your garden, to work with your garden. We're heading into spring here in the Southern Hemisphere. So maybe also planting companion plants together might be a really beautiful idea in your garden at this particular time. But it's a beautiful time to sit down and get focused on creating a garden, even if you don't plant it, but create it, like map it out and have a loose idea of how you'd like that to work for you. Because and working with the moon, like planting with the moon, is very intuitive. There's an intuitive feel to it. And the cycles of the moon, you know, maybe someone needs to look more into. I am getting this, I'm hearing void of course moon. So when the moon is void, you don't do anything. You don't start anything, especially anything new, because it has a there's a denseness to it. There's no life force in the void of course moon. So, you know, maybe look into that as you're doing your gardening here. But there's a beautiful I was really drawn to this black circle here and this black circle here, which is the new moon energy. So a new approach to this sensitiveness that we're all going through, and it's all enhancing at this particular time. All right, can we have some more information on the Pisces card, please? Can we have some more information on the Pisces card at this Libra new moon solar eclipse in the south mode? All right, so it is going to be a time to just be patient, and you may be sitting in this sensitivity a little bit longer than usual, and you may feel like you're tipped upside down, and you're, like I mentioned before, your heightened sensitivity is causing or creating, more to the point, a really deep reflection of self. And things may come to light as a result of that. But this Hanged Man energy is about being really patient and not forcing anything, like the Mars energy, not forcing anything. Libra is an air sign as well. So it is about communicating, but also being fluid from a wind. You know, the wind moves through things. So just allow things to happen at this particular point in time. Is there any more information around this, the energies at this particular time? Yeah. And now we have the Strength card as well. And that feels, yeah, this is about you taming that animal side of yourself, that human side that keeps doing the patterning over and over and over, stuck in a loop, running on a hamster wheel. This energy is about you really connecting with that sensitive side of yourself and listening to it more, and really taking the time to observe yourself through these particular moments that may challenge you. And then rather than doing the same old thing, try a different path for a change, because your sensitivity, I'm also getting this is specific for someone, about toxicity that you put into your body. There are things that don't resonate with you anymore, but you've been ingesting these things. It could be anything, liquid or plant-based, animal-based, medicinal, could be anything. But there's like this intolerance that's now occurred, and is affecting you in your digestive system, but also throughout your, creating this sort of imbalance within you. And so feels to me about connecting with, what are you sensitive to at the moment? What are you sensitive to? Observing that, be aware of that, and break the pattern of it. So you can then sort of, like for me, it's sugar. Sugar is my loop. It puts me back into my loop very quickly and very easily. Sugar helps to calm things from when I was a child, and especially connecting with the masculine side of stuff. My dad would always treat me with lots of treats, whatever they may be. And so that connection for me is breaking now. And even though I've got on top of it before, I always seem to come back to it. So now I'm feeling this distinct tweak that is allowing me to observe the sugar craving and what that's connected to, and how I can now break that pattern and rise above it. So and as a result, my sensitivities are becoming more alert, more in tune, more connected to a higher sense, a higher frequency. And that's not by all means a pyramid shape higher frequency. It's more a resonance of frequency. And that makes me feel uncomfortable at times, because I'm picking up on all sorts of different messages and energies. So this is a time to really observe, connect, and also take action in a really gentle, harmonious way on what is best for you at this particular time. So what are we rebirthing into? Remember, it's going to be different for everybody. This is a general reading. But what are we rebirthing into? Oh, goodness. These are all major arcana cards. This is amazing. So we're rebirthing into a higher sense of your own intuition. Every one of us, and the High Priestess and the Pisces card are connected as well. So this is Pisces energy, and it's also the moon energy. Here we are again. Look at all this wonderful connection. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, I'm feeling a beautiful flow of emotions rising up through me, and there's a release that's going to happen in a really gentle way. So some of you may cry and express yourself through tears. Remember the old saying, get the tears in the clears. And October feels very emotional, very emotional. And make sure you take the time to express yourself emotionally, because there's a real gentle, feminine, powerful, seer-like energy coming through for people. Really connect with that feminine aspect within yourself, because this is about to be amplified. Pisces is a water sign. This is a water sign, water, I should say. This is a fire sign. I can't quite remember what the Hanged Man is. I will get back into that in a moment, but can we have some information about the second house? Okay, resources with the Three of Earth. All right, this energy here is powerful. This is unique to you. This is you stepping up and making changes for your own highest good and well-being. This is personal, internal energy. This energy here is about you connecting with others and collaborating to create more resources, not just for yourself, but for the benefit of the whole. This is, you may have projects, workshops, or streams of income where you are connecting with others and working with others. But in doing so, you are independent within yourself, but you are working together in a collaborative energy and creating harmony, a flow of harmony, and putting you in, I'm hearing, putting you in good stead for days to come. Putting you in good stead for days to come. All right, can we have some more information about the moon, please? The moon, please. Whee! Okay, we had a couple of jumpers. Oh, we've got 3 cards. Okay, so we've got 2 2s, the 2 of earth, the 2 of air, and then we've got the 6 of water. So there's a balancing happening here. There's a balancing of energies happening here. Now, 2s are definitely about balance, the scales, okay? Connecting with that Libra energy again. This is the scale energy, the 2s. And interestingly, it's 2 2s. Which, yeah, I just love the way it works. So there could be some sort of juggling or decision making happening here. What I am feeling is there is insight which we've gained over here through our sensitivity and through our own intuitive hunches. There's a lot of insight that's going to come through, and it is definitely connected with the past, which is the South Node energy. We talked about that earlier on, so we're tying that back in to, you're going to balance. And what I'm noticing in this particular energy here is this card, she is facing forward and moving in a forward direction, and this card has her back to us and looking behind. So there is this balance of working with talents and gifts and innate wisdom from the past and using it to move ourselves forward, to integrate it more. And I'm pretty sure we talked about that as well. And it has a lot to do with probably something that you've connected with from your childhood days. Maybe it's a hobby, or maybe it's something that you really enjoyed expressing yourself through. Maybe it is something as simple as picking up some Lego and building with Lego again, just for the fun of it. But whatever you do at this particular time, make sure you make time for play, because play is where the insight's going to drop in. Play is where you're going to get the ideas to do and take action in a collaborative way. Play is where you are in the moment, the gift of the now, the present moment. And this is where, while you're in that space, insight comes in. And you're doing things differently, because it's not about the outcome. It's about being in that moment, enjoying the journey at this particular point in time. So this moon energy, this solar eclipse, solar eclipse in Libra, connected to the South Node, is about you pausing and having fun, getting your play on, and creating some harmony within your own sense of self. Not to focus too much on the busyness and the animalistic side of life, which is the material sense of the world, and come back into connecting with the earth and nature and rebirthing yourself from a more sensitive, intuitive space. So it's making peace with your feminine mother energy and acknowledging that your masculine father energy, this is within, and it could also be with, outside of you. But what we master on our inside, we will have better understanding of that on the outside of what's happening around us, so therefore we can relate to it and connect to it. and help transmute it and move in a forward, open, positive manner. So yeah, Libra is definitely about the relationship to self with your masculine and feminine, and also the relationship you have with others outside of you. That's like a given. So this particular energy at the moment is going to be really heightened in its sensitivity, connecting with your inner child and how your masculine and feminine parents that inner child. So making that time to nurture yourself, to care for yourself, and to clear a schedule for you to take action with your inner child and feel safe within. Yes. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope that makes sense for you. If it connects, yeah, leave us a comment below. And stay tuned for some new exciting things coming up. Have a beautiful day. All the very best. Namaste.